Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to bring you some more Action PC Baseball. Retro Replay 1966 Boston Red Sox, 7 games to go in the season. The Red Sox currently have a 78 win, 77 loss record, 1 game over 500. 6 games better so far in the win column than they actually finished. They only had 72 wins in actuality in 1966. They'll be facing their longtime rivals, the New York Yankees, who are 85 and 68. They are also overperforming the Yankees than their actual totals. So with 7 games to go, the Red Sox have a 1 game above 500 record, 78 and 77. They need to go 4 and 3 to assure a winning season. For the Boston Red Sox, batting first, playing center field, Lenny Green. Batting second, playing third base, Joe Foy. Batting third, the right fielder, Tony Caligiero. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Rico Petrocelli. Batting sixth, the first baseman, George Scott. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Tillman. That's Bob Tillman. Batting eighth, playing second base, Mike Andrews. He was a September call-up. Batting ninth and doing the pitching, gentleman Jim Lonborg. Lonborg, in actuality, was 10 wins, 10 losses with 2 saves, 3.86 earned run average. In the retro replay, 9 wins, 13 losses, and an ERA of 4.48. For the New York Yankees, batting first, playing first base, Mike Hegan. Batting second, the second baseman, Horace Clarke. Batting third, the shortstop, Bobby Mercer. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Joe Pepitone. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Tom Tresh. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Steve Whitaker. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Billy Bryan. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Clete Boyer. Batting ninth, on the mound, Mel Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre, in actuality, 12 wins, 20 losses, 1 save, 3.80. In the retro replay, 16 wins, 16 losses, 3.37 earned run average. And we are at Yankee Stadium, so let's get on our way. Stottlemyre will face Lenny Green. He was beamed in his last game. Green, 206, 1 home run, 17 RBIs, and he was hit in the head, thank God for helmets, in the third game against the California Angels. The Red Sox took that series 2-1. Some time has elapsed as retro play time, September 23rd, 1966. So Green to face Stottlemyre. Behind the plate, Billy Bryant, 7 out of 10 defensive catching ability, 6 out of 10 arm, so he's pretty good. Clete Boyer is an 8 out of 10 range at third. Bobby Mercer, 5 out of 10 at short. Horace Clarke, 6 out of 10 at second. And Hegan at first is 6 out of 10. Tom Tresh in left field, 7 out of 10 range, 5 out of 10 arm. Joe Pepitone, outstanding in center, 8 out of 10 range, 8 out of 10 arm. And in right, Steve Whitaker, 3 out of 10 range with an average arm. Stottlemyre throws strikes. Lenny Green steps to the batter's box. Left-handed batter. And we are on our way. Here's the pitch by Stottlemyre. Green grounds it to Mercer, who throws to Hegan, and they just get Green at first, 1 down. Up to the plate steps Joe Foy. 300 in the retro replay, 13 home runs, 60 RBIs. Actuality, 262, 15 home runs, and 63 runs driven in. Bryan goes through the signs. Stottlemyre nods his head. Here's the pitch to Foy. That's a shot. And it's going to hang up there. No! It goes over Whitaker's head and is a double. I thought that was going to hang up there, but the wind just played some tricks on my eyes. So a one-out double. Foy's in scoring position as Foy just missed a home run. Here comes Tony Caligiero. Tony C. batting .274, 26 home runs, and 93 runs batted in. In actuality, .265, 28 home runs, and 93 runs batted in. Next run Tony C. bats in will eclipse his actual numbers. One out, runner at second. Here's the pitch to Caligiero. And he strikes out. Couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball. He was looking off speed pitch. So 2 outs. Foy will be off on contact from second base. And here comes Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski has struggled in this retro replay. Only batting .240. 10 home runs, 73 runs driven in. In actuality, .278. That's 38 points lower. 16 home runs, that's 6 less so far, and 80 RBIs, that's 7 less. 7 games left in the season. Chance to get one of those RBIs here, though, for Yaz. Bryant sets the target. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. Ground ball to Mercer. He comes across the bag, throws to Hegan, side retired. Red Sox threaten, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the first here in the Bronx. Due up for the Yankees, Hegan, Clark, and Mercer. Let's go to the chat. And we have Manuel Christian Rivera. He says, "Hey Al, how are you?" "I'm okay, Manuel. How are you, my friend?" Thank you for joining us. 1966 Red Sox Retro Replay, 7 games ago in the season. So Mike Hegan will lead off. Behind the plate for the Red Sox, Bob Tillman. 5 out of 10 defensive abilities, 3 out of 10 arm. Foy's at third, 4 out of 10 range. Petrocelli also a 4 out of 10 range at short. Mike Andrews, guess what? 4 out of 10 range. The best infielder of the lot, George the Boomer Scott, 7 out of 10 infield range. Yastrzemski's outstanding in left, 10 out of 10 range and arm. Lenny Green covers a lot of ground in center, 7 out of 10 range, but a very poor arm, 3 out of 10. And Tony Caligiero, average range in right, 5 out of 10, and above average arm, 6 out of 10. Again, Mike Hegan's at the plate to face Gentleman Jim Lonborg. Lonborg, 9-13 on the retro replay, 4.48 ERA. In actuality, 10-10 with 2 saves, 3.86. Hegan, left-handed batter, batting .235 with 2 RBIs. In actuality, .205 with 2 RBIs. Lonborg gets the sign from Tillman. Here's the pitch to Hegan. Slow ground ball. Andrews charges in from second, and he flips to Scott, and they just nip Hegan. 1 away. As Manuel Christian Rivera says, he's doing good. We always love to hear that with everyone, especially friends of the channel. And here comes Horace Clark. Yankees second baseman, .241, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. In actuality, .266, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs. Another left-handed batter. Tillman pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Clark. Ground ball to Foy, and it goes off his glove, and that will be an E5. So Clark reaches on the Foy error, and that will bring up Bobby Mercer. Yankees shortstop, 179, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Mercer, in actuality, 174, 5 RBIs, no home runs. Hit and run, 9 out of 10. Clark, 93% chance of stealing second. Lonborg throws over to Scott. Clark just gets ahead of the tag. So Mercer's ready to grip and rip. Lonborg looks to Scott. Going pitch out. There goes Clark. The throw down by Tillman. Petrocelli, and they nailed him. Nice throw by Tillman, not known for his arm. Petrocelli applies the tag, and Clark is out. Out number 2. Bases are now clear, so the pitch out worked. So Mercer now has a count of no balls, 1 strike. Lonborg gets the sign from Tillman. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. Ground ball to Petrocelli, and he boots the ball. E6. So 2 errors have produced 2 runners for the Yankees, though Clark was thrown out in his steal attempt. The inning stays alive for the very dangerous Joe Pepitone, Yankee center fielder. Batting .262, 40 home runs, 106 runs driven in. Pepitone in actuality .255, 31 home runs, 83 runs driven in. Scott holding Mercer on. Lonborg will get the sign from Tillman. Shakes him off. The windup and the pitch to Pepitone. There goes Mercer, the throw down by Tillman, and he's out! Tillman throws out 2 would-be base stealers. Side retired. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here in the Bronx. Great job by Tillman, not known for his arm. Guns out Clark and Mercer. Pepitone will be at the plate in the bottom of the second. Due up for the Red Sox, Petrocelli, Scott, and Tillman. Rico Petrocelli, Red Sox shortstop, has a 9-game hitting streak, and he's batting .282 with 11 home runs and 68 RBIs. Petrocelli, in actuality, .238, 18 home runs, 59 runs driven in. Again, Stottlemyre throws strikes. You got to be ready to grip and rip. Bryant wiggles the fingers. Stottlemyre nods his head. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. Fly ball towards left. Tresh is there, and he makes the catch, 1 down. Here comes George the Boomer Scott. Scott .251, 20 home runs, 66 runs driven in. In actuality, .245, 27 home runs, and 90 runs driven in. 1 out, no one on. Stottlemyre sets and delivers. Scott strikes out. Big swing and a miss. Stottlemyre blew the fastball by him. So there's 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Bob Tillman. He threw out 2 Yankee runners in the bottom of the first. Batting .253, 6 home runs, 47 runs driven in. In actuality, .230, 3 home runs, 24 runs driven in. Righty-righty matchup. Bryant sets the target. Here's the pitch. Tillman goes down swinging, side retired. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at Yankee Stadium. Due up for the Yankees, Pepitone, Tresh, and Whitaker. Joe Pepitone was at the plate when Bobby Mercer got thrown out at second. Again, Pepitone, very dangerous hitter. 40 home runs, .262, 106 RBIs in the retro replay. The windup and the pitch by gentleman Jim Lonborg. Pepitone swings. It's a pop-up. Foy's calling for it at third, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Here comes Tom Tresh. Tresh batting .220, 26 home runs, 57 runs batted in for the left-handed batting left fielder. Tillman wiggles the fingers. Lonborg nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Tresh. And that's a shot to right. Caligiero cuts it off, so a 1-out single by Tresh. 67% chance of stealing second. Scott will hold him on, and here comes Steve Whitaker. Whitaker, .337, 15 home runs and 29 runs driven in. In actuality, .246, 7 home runs, 15 runs driven in. Left-handed batter. Lonborg throws over to first. Scott applies the tag, but too late. Tresh is back safely. Lonborg looks to first, now in at Tillman. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. Slow ground ball to Scott. And he flips to Lonborg for the out. There are 2 down. Tresh advances to second. He's in scoring position with 2 outs, and here comes the catcher for the Yankees, Billy Bryan. Bryan, .352, 5 home runs, and 11 runs driven in. In actuality, .217. 4 home runs, 5 runs driven in. So Billy Bryant is tremendously overperforming, especially with that batting average. Left-handed batter. 2 outs, Tresh will be off on contact. Lomberg peers in at Tillman. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Bryant. Ground ball. Petrocelli charges in from short. One hands it and throws, and he gets him. One for the third out. We go to the top of the third, still scoreless here at Yankee Stadium. Due up for the Red Sox, Andrews, Lomberg, and Green. Nice barehanded play by Rico Petrocelli to retire the Yankees. Mike Andrews, 167. No home runs, no RBIs. In actuality, 167. No home runs, no RBIs. Stottlemyre is ready to work. He delivers to Andrews. Ground ball back to Stottlemyre. He throws to Hegan at first, one away. Here comes the pitcher, Jim Lomberg. Lomberg .054, no home runs, one RBI. In actuality, .093, no home runs, no RBIs. Stottlemyre deals to his counterpart. Lomberg swings and misses. Strike three, nothing but air. So 2 outs, no one on top of the order. Lenny Green is 0 for 1. Stottlemyre toes the rubber. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Green. Green swings, and that's a shot, and that's going to be a gapper. And Green will slide in safely to second with a 2-out double. He's in scoring position for Joe Foy, who's 1 for 1. He doubled off the wall in right. He just missed a home run. I thought it initially was just a lazy fly ball, but it kept carrying. Has a chance to knock in the duck at second base, Lenny Green. Stottlemyre gets the sign. He delivers to Foy. And Foy strikes out swinging. Green is squandered at second. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. Due up for the Yankees, Boyer, Stottlemyre in the top of the order, Hegan. Clete Boyer batting .257, 12 home runs, 73 runs driven in. Actuality, .240, 14 home runs, and 57 runs driven in. Lomberg rocks and fires. It's a pop-up towards first. Scott on the outfield grass makes the catch, one away. Nice play by the Boomer. Here comes Mel Stottlemyre, 179, no home runs, 3 RBIs. In actuality, 138, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Lomberg works quickly. Stottlemyre strikes out. Big swing and a miss for Mel. So 2 up, 2 down, top of the order. Mike Hegan, he's 0 for 1. Left-handed batting Yankee first baseman. Tillman sets the target. Here's the pitch by gentleman Jim Lomberg. Ground ball to Petrocelli. Over to Scott. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. We go to the top of the fourth. Still no score. 2 up for the Red Sox. Caligiero, Yastrzemski, and Petrocelli. Tony Caligniero's 0 for 1. He has 26 home runs on the season to go with 93 RBIs. Stottlemyre is ready. Here's the pitch to Tony C. Caligiero grounds it to Mercer, and that ate him up. The ball went up his arm, and that's going to be an E6. So Tony Caligiero reaches. That's the first error of the game by the New York Yankees. Red Sox have already had 2 in 1 inning. Foy and Petrocelli. Caligiero, 5 out of 10 base running ability, will be held on by Mike Hegan. And here comes Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 0 for 1. Righty-lefty matchup. Yaz digs in. He's ready to grip and rip. Bryant wiggles the fingers. Sets the target. Here is the pitch by Stottlemyre. And Yastrzemski strikes out looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on the off-speed pitch, so 1 out, 1 on. Here comes Rico Petrocelli. Rico is 0 for 1. He has a 9-game hitting streak. Stottlemyre looks to first. Now in at Bryant. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. Petrocelli lines out to Bobby Mercer. He hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. So there's 2 down. Caligiero got back to first. And here comes George, the Boomer Scott. Tony C will be off on contact. The Boomer's 0 for 1. Stoudemire takes a deep breath, looks to first. Now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Scott. And that ball is drilled to right field. And we're going to send Caligiero around. He's got a 71% chance of scoring. We're going to hold Scott at second. The relay throw to Clark to the plate. Here comes Caligiero. And he slides in safely under the Bryant tag. 1-0 Red Sox. The Boomer gets an RBI. And that's Scott's 67th RBI. So 2 outs. And here comes Bob Tillman, the catcher's 0 for 1. Scott will be off on contact. Scott takes a lead. Clark bluffs towards second. Here's the pitch to Tillman. Grounder up the middle. It finds its way through. Pepitone charging. Scott has an 82% chance of scoring. We're going to send him. Here comes Scott around third. Here comes a throw by Pepitone, and Scott slides in safely. 2-0 Red Sox. RBI single by Bob Tillman with 2 outs. Clutch piece of hitting by the catcher. Here comes Mike Andrews. Red Sox second baseman is 0 for 1. Stoudemire looks to first. Gets the sign from Bryant. Here's the pitch to Mike Andrews. He swings. Fly ball to Whitaker. In right, he makes the catch, side retired. Andrews just got under that one. The Red Sox score 2 in the top of the 4th. Take a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Yankees. Clark, Mercer, and Pepitone. If anyone gets on, Tresh. Sip of iced tea, excuse me. Clark is 0 for 1. He reached on an error by Foy and then was thrown out stealing by Tillman. Righty-lefty matchup. The windup and the pitch by Gentleman Jim Lomborg. Clark singles up the middle. Leadoff single for Clark. Again, base-stealing threat. Bobby Mercer comes to the plate. Mercer's 0 for 1. He reached on an error by Petrocelli. And he, too, was thrown out by Tillman at second. Here's the pitch out. Clark's not going. Lomborg throws to first. Clark is back. Close call. Scott wanted the out call. Lomborg looks to first. He delivers to Mercer. Line drive caught by Petrocelli. 1 away. Clark gets back to first. So here comes Joe Pepitone. Pepitone's 0 for 1, but 1 swing of the bat could tie this game up at 2. 40 round trippers for Pepitone. Pitch out. There goes Clark. The throw down by Tillman. Do they get him again? Yes, they do! Tillman has thrown out 3 Yankee runners. And Clark has been nailed twice. So there's 2 outs. Base is empty. And Joe Pepitone at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Lomborg's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Joe Pepitone. Line drive. Mike Andrews is there. Out number 3. Nice play by the Red Sox second baseman. We go to the top of the 5th. 2-0 Red Sox. Due up for Boston. Lomborg. In the top of the order, Green and Foy. To face Stoudemire, he's up to 62 pitches, good for 130. Lomborg's 0 for 1. Stoudemire sets and delivers. Jim swings and misses. 1 down. Top of the order, Lenny Green. Green's 1 for 2. Grounded to short, then doubled to third. Doubled in the third to right center. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch to Green. And that's a single to left center field. Green now has 2 hits. And here comes Joe Foy. Foy's 1 for 2. Doubled in the first, struck out in the third. Stoudemire looks in. Bryant sets the target. Here's the pitch to Foy. Foy lines it hard to Clark, who makes the lunging catch. Looks towards first, but Green is back. So 2 outs. Green's at first. He will be off on contact. And here comes Tony Caligiero. He is 0 for 2. Caligiero looking for his 27th home run of the year. Stoudemire rocks and fires. Caligiero swings. That ball goes out to Tresh in left. He makes the catch, side retired. Go to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox 2, the Yankees nothing. Due up for New York, Tresh, Whitaker, and Bryant. If anyone gets on, Boyer. Tom Tresh is 1 for 1. He singled in the 2nd. Lonborg up to 43 pitches, good for 130. Tillman wiggles the fingers. Lonborg nods his head. Here is the pitch to Tresh. And he walked him. Tresh, 5 out of 10 base running ability, will be held on by George the Boomer Scott. And the tying run comes to the plate in Steve Whitaker. Whitaker has 15 home runs on this 1966 retro replay to go with his 333 batting average. 29 runs driven in. Red Sox want to turn 2 up the middle with Petrocelli and Andrews. Lonborg's ready to work. He delivers to Whitaker. He strikes him out. Big swing and a miss. He was out in front of the off-speed pitch. So 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Billy Bryant. He's 0 for 1, the Yankee catcher. Lonborg looks to first. Now in at Tillman behind the plate. He sets and delivers to Bryant. And he strikes him out! Big swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. High and inside. Bryant was trying to yank that down the left field line. Right field line, excuse me. So 2 outs. Tresh on first. It will be 1 out, excuse me. Tresh on first. What was that? First pitch to Bryant. Tresh didn't get a big lead. Oh, I think it was a failed hit and run. So instead of a strikeout, that is only 1 strike. My faux pas. That happens sometimes when you're playing 1 pitch mode. Alright, so the count's no balls, 1 strike. I wish it was 2 outs. Lonborg deals to Bryant. And he strikes him out for real this time. So there's 2 outs. Tresh will be off on contact now. And here comes the number 8 batter, Clete Boyer, who's 0 for 1. Boyer does have 12 round trippers in this 66 retro replay. He represents the tying run at the plate. Tillman pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Clete Boyer. Line drive to Petrocelli. He makes the 2-handed grab. Side retired. We go to the top of the 6th. Still 2-0 Boston. Due up for the Red Sox, Yastrzemski, Petrocelli, and Scott. If anyone gets on, the catcher, Tillman. To face Mel Stoudemire. He's up to 79 pitches. Hello, RNGIDP, my friend. How was your Christmas? Will you have a game tonight, RNGIDP, a.k.a. Craig? Check out his channel. That's RNGIDP, all capital letters. Great Stratomatic card and dice channel for baseball. So Carl Yastrzemski's 0 for 2. Righty-lefty matchup. Stoudemire delivers. Yastrzemski swings, ground ball, back to the pitcher, over to Hegan, 1 down. And here comes Rico Petrocelli riding a 9-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 2 today. 2-0 Red Sox, 1 away, bases empty. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. And that's going to drop in front of Whitaker. Petrocelli with a 10-game hitting streak. He's now 1 for 3. Here comes the Boomer, George the Boomer Scott. Struck out in the second, then doubled down the right field line, scoring Caligiero. Gave the Red Sox a 1-0 lead in the fourth. RNGIDP, aka Craig, says Christmas was great, thank you. Hopefully yours was good too. Yes, I'm just starting to prep for my game. So check out a little later RNGIDP. He's prepping for his league. It's a wonderful league. It's a random, he had a random draft. And so all the teams have different players, but it's so much fun to watch. I watch it pretty much every night. If I don't catch it live all the way through, I do watch it the next day, usually in the morning. So thank you very much to Craig from RNGIDP and Manuel Christian Rivera for joining me in the chat. So here comes the boomer. 1 out. Petrocelli at first. Scott 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to the boomer. And he strikes out. Big swing and miss on the 2-2 fastball. So 2 outs. Petrocelli be off on contact at first. And here comes Bob Tillman. Tillman, the Red Sox catcher, is 1 for 2. He struck out and then singled up the middle, knocking in the Red Sox second run in the fourth inning as Scott scored. Stoudemire looks in at Bryant. Bryant wiggles the fingers. Stoudemire's ready. Here's the pitch to Tillman. He swings, ground ball, back to Stoudemire. He flips to Hegan at first, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Red Sox here in the Bronx. Due up for the Yankees, Mills, Stoudemire, the pitcher. Then the top of the order, Hegan and Clark. If anyone gets on, the shortstop, Bobby Mercer. RNGIDP, Craig, a.k.a. Craig, wonderful card and dice Stratomatic channel, says, thanks for the kind words and the plug. I'm enjoying your call tonight. Thank you for joining me, Craig, and thank you for your wonderful channel. Greatly appreciated. And Craig, do you like wrestling? Would you like to be a member, join the stable of the FOC? I don't know if you've caught any of my little goofy, fun wrestling videos of friends of the channel taking on the legends of professional wrestling. So here comes Stoudemire. He's 0 for 1. Lomborg works quickly to his counterpart. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit to right past Andrews. And that's never a good sign when the pitcher gets a hit. So Stoudemire's on first. 5 out of 10 base running ability. Scott holding him on. Top of the order, Mike Hegan, who's 0 for 2. Petrocelli and Andrews want to turn 2 up the middle. Left-handed batter to face the right-handed throwing gentleman Jim Lomborg. Tillman goes through the signs. Lomborg is ready. Here is the pitch to Mike Hegan. It's a bunt. It's in the air. Foy comes charging in. And he makes the catch! What a play by Foy on the bunt that got popped up in foul territory. 1 out. Stoudemire still at first, and here comes Horace Clark. Clark has been thrown out twice trying to steal second by the weak-armed Tillman. Tillman has thrown out 3 Yankee runners, and let me just go back to the chat real quick to RNGIDP. Who was the catcher in your league who threw out all those guys for a while? I can't remember his name. He's like a +5 or something, or +3. And he was throwing out runners left and right for a while. I can't remember his name. Tillman has thrown out 3 Yankee runners, and he has like a 3 out of 10 arm. So, Stoudemire's at first. Tillman 1 for 2. Reached on an error in the first by Foy, and then singled in the fourth, and was thrown out both times trying to steal second. Lomborg looks to Scott. Now in at Tillman. Here's the pitch to Clark. And that's a shot up the middle. It's going to drop in front of Lenny Green. Let's see if Stoudemire will round the bag. He's going to go. They're going to send Stoudemire. We're going to say no. Keep the double play in order. So Stoudemire goes first to third. Green throws to the cutoff to keep the double play in order. Hank Conger. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to remember that. I was thinking about that when Tillman threw out Clark for the second time, which was the third base runner he threw out. Now the Red Sox are in trouble here with Gentleman Jim Lomborg. 2-0 lead, but that's in danger. Runners on the corners for the Yankees. And Bobby Mercer at the plate. Clark most likely will attempt to steal second. We're going to go pitch out. There goes Clark. There goes the throw down by Tillman. And this time they don't get him. So he beats the pitch out finally. Double play no longer in order. I mean, they can still get a double play, but they'll have to get it the hard way. Tying runs at second and Clark. Stottlemyre's at third. The go-ahead run at the plate and Bobby Mercer. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. Ground ball to Petrocelli. He will go to first. No, he's going to throw to the plate. And they did him! So my mistake. Petrocelli guns out Stottlemyre at the plate. He only had an 18% chance I finally catch a break on one of those. It's still 2-0 with 2 outs. So Petrocelli put on a good hard charge, an accurate hard throw to Tillman, who put the tag on Stottlemyre. So 2 outs. Clark at third, Mercer at first. Here comes Joe Pepitone. Again, dangerous power hitter. Pepitone's 0 for 2, 40 round trippers in this retro replay. On deck is Tom Tresh. Let's see if we can get Pepitone to beat the ball on the ground. We're going to go to pitch around, see if we get him to reach. Tillman pounds a mitt, sets the target. Gentleman Jim delivers. That is a shot to right field. Calignier going back towards the fence, and he reaches up and makes the catch. Side retire. We made him reach enough to fly out deep to Tony C. We go to the top of the 7th. The Boston Red Sox of 1966, 2. The 1966 New York Yankees, nothing. 2 up for the Bo Sox. Andrews, Lomborg, and Lenny Green. To face Mel Stottlemyre, the Yankee pitcher's up to 91 pitches, good for 130, trailing by 2. Andrews digs in. He prepares to do battle with Stottlemyre. Bryan sets the target. Here's the pitch. Slow roller to Mercer at short. He barehands it, fires to first. Do they get him? Good stretch by Hegan. Yes, they do. By the hair of their chinny chin chin. 1 down. So 1 out, no one on. Here comes Gentleman Jim Lomborg. Lomborg has thrown 76 pitches, good for 130. We have overused Jim Lomborg. So we have to be careful with him, because his numbers will be skewed down now because we've overused him in the season. So we're going to let him hit, though. Here's the pitch by Stottlemyre. And Lomborg sends a fly ball to right center field, and Whitaker's there. 2 down. Top of the order. No one on. Lenny Green. 2 for 3. He's recovered nicely against that. The last game against the Angels, he got beamed in the head. But the Red Sox had a bunch of off days, maybe for rain or something. I'd have to go look at the schedule in real life. So Green's 2 for 3, looking to extend the inning here. Left-handed batter. Bryan sets the target. Here's the pitch to Green. And up the middle, Clark backhands it and throws to Hegan. And the side is retired. Nice play by Clark. Good backhand and strong throw to first. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 Boston. The Red Sox are 78-77. The 78 wins is 6 wins better than they actually did. They were 72 wins and I want to say 92 losses. 7 games to play after this one. Here comes Tom Tresh. He'll be followed by Whitaker and Bryant. Lomborg up to 76 pitches now. Still looking strong. Tresh 1 for 1. Singled in the 2nd, walked in the 5th. 26 home runs in this retro replay of 1966. Lomborg takes a deep breath. Gets the sign from Tillman. He rocks and fires. And he walks Tresh. Scott will hold him on at first. The tying run comes to the plate, and Steve Whitaker, and he had 15 home runs to go along right now with his .329 batting average. Red Sox want to turn 2 with Petrocellis and Andrews. Another righty-lefty matchup here for Gentleman Jim. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. That ball is sent out to right field. Calignero on the run, but it's going to be off the wall. They're going to try to wave Tresh around. 15% chance of getting him out. We're going to throw to the cutoff man. Throw home, yes. Calignero to Mike Andrews, who fires to the plate. Here comes Tresh. Here comes a throw. Tillman blocking the plate. Tresh goes sliding into him. He is safe. Whitaker takes second on the throw. Actually, that was a double, I think. That was a clean double, actually. So he gets an RBI double. It's 2-1. Red Sox. Yankees have cut the lead in half. And here comes a lefty, Billy Bryant. And the Red Sox might go to their pen here. The Red Sox are going to go to Don McMahon. Don McMahon will come in for Lonborg. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at the plate, no outs. McMahon, in the retro replay, 5 wins, 5 losses, 9 saves. 4.63 earned run average, in actuality 2.65 earned run average, 8-7 with 9 saves. He deals to Bryant. Fly ball to Green. Green going back at the track. He makes the catch. Whitaker tagging up. Here's the throw to Green to third, and he's safe. Whitaker just beats a good throw from the weak-armed Green. Tying run 90 feet away, and here comes Clete Boyer, the 8th place hitter. Boyer's 0 for 2. Pitcher's on deck. If we walk Boyer intentionally, they're going to go to Mickey Mantle off the bench. I don't know if Mickey Mantle, actually I don't think he's available. Who's on their bench? They're going to go with maybe Roger Maris. Probably go to Roger Maris. Well, McMahon's going to have to get Boyer. Looks into Tillman. Gets a sign. Here's the pitch to Clete Boyer. Wild pitch! Whitaker scores. The ball game is tied. Oh, Don McMahon. 2-2. Bases are now empty. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. McMahon regroups. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that's a single to left field. Yastrzemski fields it. So the go-ahead run's at first now. And here comes Stottlemyre. He'll probably be bunting. Here's the pitch. Puts the bunt down. McMahon fields it. Throws to Andrews on the wheel play. Covering first. 1 away. But Boyer advances to second base. He's in scoring position. Represents the go-ahead run. Here comes the top of the order, Mike Hegan, who's 0 for 3. Tillman goes out to the mound, has a quick word with McMahon, now back behind the plate. Goes through the signs. McMahon nods his head. Tillman sets the target. Here's the pitch to Mike Hegan. And he walked him. Tillman none too happy with his pitcher on the mound. 2 outs, 2 on. Horace Clark comes to the plate, 2 for 3. Going to the pen again, Bucky Brandon. So Brandon comes in with 2 outs. Boyer at second, Hegan at first. Needs to get the Red Sox out of this jam. 2-2 ball game. Clark 2 for 3. The windup and the pitch by Bucky Brandon. Oh my God! And Bucky Brandon walks the bases loaded. As the water went from hot to boiling now. And here comes Bobby Mercer. Bobby Mercer's 0 for 3. No place to put Bobby. Pinstripes on all the bases. Boyer at third, Hegan at second, Clark at first. Tillman and Scott go out to the mound to have a word, Bucky Brandon. Red Sox 78 and 77, Yankees 85 and 68. Brandon on the hill. It's a lonely place sometimes, the hill. Toes the rubber, looks in at Tillman. Tillman pounds the mitt, imploring Brandon to hit the target. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. Ground ball to Foy. He comes charging in. He throws. Scott stretches. And they just get him! Mercer jumping up and down. He thought he had an infield hit. The ball game stays tied. Wonderful play by Foy and Scott. We go to the top of the 8th, tied at 2. The Yankees got 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Here in the Bronx. And Mercer is still incensed as he goes out to his shortstop position. And who's up but Joe Foy, who just made that marvelous play at third. So it'll be Foy, Calignero, and Yastrzemski. If anyone gets on, Rico Petrocelli riding a 10-game hitting streak. Stoudemire up to 100 pitches, so Bucky Brandon gets the Red Sox out of the jam. Good for 130, Stoudemire. Foy 1 for 3. Doubled in the first, struck out in the third, lined to second in the 5th. Foy has 13 home runs on this retro replay. Foy's ready. He awaits the Stoudemire offering. Here it is. Foy swings, line drive, and Clark is there. So Foy lines out to second. One away. Here comes Tony Calignero. Tony sees 0 for 3. He'd like to get a hold of one. Give the Red Sox a 1-run lead. He digs in. He's ready to grip and rip. Tee it high. Let it fly. Bryant sets the target. Stoudemire rocks and fires. Calignero grounds hard to Boyer, who throws across to Hegan, out number 2. So 2 outs, no one on, and here comes Carl Yastrzemski. He has struggled in this retro replay. Average has dipped below 240 now. It's 239, 10 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Short right field porch. Yaz would love to yank one down the right field line here in the Bronx. Stoudemire nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Carl Yastrzemski. And that's a single to right. Inning stays alive with a 2-out single by Yaz. Represents the go-ahead run at first. 6 out of 10 base running ability. Hegan holding him on. Here comes Rico Petrocelli. Petrocelli 1 for 3, 10-game hitting streak. Rico's got 11 home runs with his 282 average, 68 runs batted in the retro replay. Stoudemire looks to first. Now in at Bryant behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. He swings. Pops it up. Foul territory going towards the stands. Boyer on the chase, on the run. Runs out of room. So they'll do it again. 2 outs. Yaz at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Petrocelli. Righty-righty matchup. Stoudemire looks in. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Rico. A throw to first. Yastrzemski is back. Stoudemire looks to first again. The windup. The pitch to Petrocelli. And that ball's into the gap. Yastrzemski will try to score around third. Send him 62%. Hold Petrocelli. Here's the relay throw to Bobby Mercer. The throw to the plate. Yes! I'm sliding in. He's out! He is out! Bryant blocked the plate. Yastrzemski's now yelling at the umpire. He thought he was in there. Nice relay throw by Bobby Mercer. He gets his revenge as Mercer thought he was safe in the prior inning. At first. Wow, Yastrzemski is hot. Goes to the bench. Gets his glove and now goes out to his position. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 2. Carl Yastrzemski thought he was in there. Good relay throw by Mercer. Due up for the Yankees in this 2-2 ball game. Pepitone, Tresh, and Whitaker to face Bucky Brandon. Pepitone's 0 for 3. Brandon delivers. And that's a single to left center field. Green cuts it off. Leadoff runner on. Pepitone represents the go-ahead run at first. Scott to hold him on. And here comes Tom Tresh. Tresh is 1 for 1. Singled in the second and is walked in the 5th and 7th. Brandon throws over to first. Pepitone is back. He had a dive back just ahead of the Scott tag. 2-2 ball game. Brandon gets a sign from Tillman. Here's the pitch to Tresh. And he strikes him out. That's a huge strikeout there. Brandon gets the ball back on the mound. He's rubbing it up. Red Sox position their defense. Petrocelli and Andrews looking to turn 2. Scott holding Pepitone on. Brandon's ready. Back up on the hill. He toes the rubber. Looks in at Tillman. Here's the pitch to Whitaker. Whitaker's 1 for 3. Ground ball to Petrocelli. He flips to Andrews. Over to Scott. Double play. Side retired. No, he beat it out. Scott is incensed. Wow, both teams are not very happy with the calls from the men in blue. So Whitaker beats out the double play ball. He represents the go-ahead run. There's 2 outs now. Scott is not happy at all. Tillman's not happy. Behind the plate, he was already walking back towards the bench. So now, Brandon will have to face another batter, Billy Bryant. The catcher's 0 for 3. Left-handed batter. Whitaker will be off on contact at first with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Bucky Brandon. It's a pop-up. Andrews calling for it. Behind the first base bag, and the outfield makes the catch. Side retired. Red Sox feel they had to go an extra out that inning. We go to the top of the 9th, tied at 2 here in the Bronx. 2 up for the Red Sox. Scott, Tillman, and Andrews to face Mel Stoudemire. Stoudemire up to 121 pitches, good for 130. Scott is 1 for 3. Struck out in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th, knocking in Calignero, and struck out in the 6th. He'd love to jack one out of the Bronx here. Stoudemire gets a sign from Bryant. Here's the pitch to the boomer. And he walks. Excellent patience there shown by Scott. He's the go-ahead run at first. And here comes Bob Tillman. Tillman's 1 for 3. We might go to a pinch hitter here. And we're going to go to Don Demeter. Here comes Don Demeter to pinch hit for Tillman. Andrews on deck. Scott at first. No outs. Don Demeter in the retro replay batting .301, 11 home runs, 60 RBIs. He has been slumping as of late. In actuality, .292, 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. So Tillman, 2 more home runs, 31 more RBIs, and a 9-point better batting average. He digs in. Stoudemire shakes his head. He wants Bryant to go through the signs again. Now he's ready. He rocks and fires to Demeter. It's a pop-up going towards the stand. Boyer gives chase. Can Boyer get there? He will run out of room. The count's 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Stoudemire is 131 pitches. You can see he's over his threshold. He's in red. Scott's at first. Here's the pitch to Demeter. And that's our shot to left. And we will hold Scott at second. Only a 26% chance of success going to third. So a pinch hit single by Don Demeter. Red Sox have runners at first and second. And the Yankees changed pitching. Into pitch now for Stoudemire, Pedro Ramos. So Stoudemire's day is done. He is responsible for Scott at second and Don Demeter at first. 2-2 ball game, top of the 9th. Pedro Ramos in the retro replay. 1 win, 7 losses, 16 saves, 4.69 earned run average. In actuality, 3 and 9, 13 saves, 3.61 earned run average. And Mike Andrews comes to the plate. He will not hit. We'll go to our bench again. And we're going to go to Jose Tartabull. We'll pinch hit. So Jose Tartabull will come off the bench. Red Sox looking for some more pinch hit magic. 7 out of 10 bunter, 10 out of 10 hit and run. Infield guarding the lines. Sacrifice bunt. Here's the pitch to Tartabull. He puts the bunt down. Come on, 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 come on. The play's to first. And they get him on the wheel play. Clark covers the bag. 1 out. But Scott is at third and Demeter is at second. 2-2 ball game. 1 out. Here comes Bucky Brandon. Infield's playing in. Brandon has done his job. He's kept the Red Sox in the game from the bullpen. We'll go back to our bench. Who's got a good slugging percentage? No one has a good average. Lefties hit 298 off Ramos. So Dalton Jones will come off the bench. Left-handed batter will face Pedro Ramos. Dalton Jones, 218, 9 home runs, 40 RBIs. In actuality, 234, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. So he's outperformed in home runs and RBIs. They're looking for some more Dalton Jones magic here. Infield in for the Yankees. Can Jones knock it past the drawn in infield? We shall see. Scott at third, Demeter at second, 1 away. Here is the pitch by Pedro Ramos. Jones swings. That ball is going out to Whitaker. He makes the catch in right. And Scott tags up and scores. The Red Sox take a 3-2 lead. The Red Sox bench has come through. Pinch hit single, sacrifice bunt, and then a sacrifice fly. 3-2. How do you do? So 2 outs. Demeter's at second. He'll be off on contact. He is a huge insurance run here. Top of the 9th. Lenny Green, 2 for 4. He wants more. Grounded out in the first. Doubled in the third. Singled in the 5th. Grounded out in the 7th. Ramos takes a deep breath. Gets a sign from Bryant. Billy sets the target. Here's the pitch to Lenny Green. That's a shot. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Demeter will score on the 2-out double by Lenny Green. It's now 4-2 Red Sox. How do you do? Green's now 3 for 5. Joe Foy comes to the plate. Foy 1 for 4. Doubled in the first, struck out in the third, lined to second twice in the 5th and 8th. He has an RBI opportunity. He's been sitting on 60 RBIs for a while. 13 home runs. Ramos has not pitched well. He's given up 2 runs here. Shakes his head. Shakes his head again. Bryant calls timeout, goes out to the mound. Now they try to get on the same page. Bryant back behind the plate, squats down. Pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Joe Foy. Foy lines hard to Bobby Mercer, who makes a leaping catch. Side retired, but damage done. The Red Sox score 2. They take a 4-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th. We need a new catcher. We need a new second baseman, which will be Dalton Jones, will be our second baseman. And our new catcher will be Mike Ryan. 7 out of 10 catching ability, 4 out of 10 arm. Do we want Mike Ryan? We'll bat Mike Ryan 8th. Oh, rats. I thought Jones was... Oh, I thought Jones was batting for the pitcher. He was. My faux pas. Alright, now we need a pitcher. Yankees have Boyer, who's a righty. And then Ramos, who's a switch hitter. Hegan's a lefty. Another switch. They got lots of lefties. I have no one who can pitch to lefties. Bucky Brandon was my guy who pitched to lefties. Well, the first one's a righty. We're going to go to our John Wyatt. And then we'll mix and match. I have no one who can pitch to lefties. Let me display all my pitchers. Any of my starters can pitch to lefties. Season's coming to an end. I'm going to use everybody. I have no one who can pitch to lefties. Lee Stange, but he's starting the next game. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to win this game. We'll worry about tomorrow. John White will come in because he's pretty much death on right-handed batters. So here comes John White to face Clete Boyer. Boyer's 1 for 3. Popped out in the third, line to short in the fifth, and singled to left in the center. The new catcher, Mike Ryan, 7 out of 10 catching ability, 4 out of 10 arm. The new second baseman, Dalton Jones, 5 out of 10 range. That's second. Here's the pitch by John Wyatt. Popped up. Scott's calling for it. Calls off Dalton Jones. He makes the catch. 1 down. Red Sox 2 outs away from victory here in the Bronx. And here comes Ramos. He's not going to hit. I'll click pitch. Here's the pinch hitter. The Yankees will send up Ray Barker. Barker, 228, left-handed batter. Again, Wyatt has trouble against left-handers. Left-handers bat 295 off of him. Barker only batted 206 off right-handed pitching. Again, 228, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs in the retro replay. In actuality, 187, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. That's it for Wyatt. Lee Stange will come out of the bullpen. We want the win. Stange will come in, looking to get a save here. Needs 2 outs. Lee Stange, retro replay, 15 wins, 10 losses, 2.70 earned run average. In actuality, 3.35, 7 and 9. Barker digs in. He awaits the Stange offering. Here it is. And of course he doubles. A 1-out double. Man's batting 228. Well, I guess even a blind squirrel can find a nut. And here comes Hegan. He's 0 for 3, another left-handed batter. Stange has to shake that off. That run means nothing at second. It's Hegan, the tying run at the plate. Ryan has a quick word with Lee Stange, back behind the plate now. Squats down, sets the target, the windup, and the pitch to Mike Hegan. It's a fly ball. Left center field. Green on the run. He makes the catch. Will Barker tag? No, he bluffs and goes back. 2 outs. 2 outs. The Red Sox 1 out away from a victory here. Tying run comes to the plate. Horace Clark 2 for 3, and he's been thrown out twice trying to steal. He did finally get a stolen base off of Tillman, who's now out of the game. Mike Ryan's in. Stange takes a deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Clark. Ground ball to Dalton Jones. Over to the boomer, Scott. That's the ball game. The Red Sox defeat the Yankees and now go 2 games above 500. Lee Stange, who is starting tomorrow, will be pushed back 1 day. Will move up the other starter. He gets the save. What a ball game by the Red Sox. They come back to win 4-2 after having a 2-0 lead. The Yankees tied it up. The Red Sox get 2 in the top of the 9th. They win 4-2. We're going to go to the box score, the chat, and then we're all going to go to RNGIDP and see Craig play a game. That's where I'm going next. So let's go to the box score quite quickly. All right. Bucky Brandon gets the win. He's now 13 wins and 13 losses. Another starting pitcher that we used out of the bullpen, but he's pitched out of the pen before. So he's 13 and 13. Mel Stoudemire now falls below 500. He's 16 and 17. Player of the game, Lenny Green in center. He came back marvelously from that beaming he took against the Angels a few games back. Quickly to the box score. Okay, box score will be up in a moment. Let's go to the pitching. Always like to do that first. Let me go to the chat and say thank you to Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Check out his channel, Higher Ground Gaming with Eric, Mr. Brody, and Miss Mags. Wonderful sports retro replay channel. Doing a lot of great stuff there with Boston teams and also some RPG games. And check out RNGIDP. I'm going there next. He's going to have a live game. And his name's Craig. Wonderful Stratomatic Card and Dice channel. That's RNGIDP. Thank you to him for joining me in the chat. Thank you to Manuel Christian Rivera, good friend of the channel. Thank you, gentlemen. Always look forward to having people in the chat. And Eric from Higher Ground Gaming says new Gronk video coming up, uploading now. So check that out on Higher Ground Gaming. FOC in the house. All right, let's go to the pitching. Jim Lomborg, no decision, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Don McMahon blew his 4th save. He went 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, no runs, and a walk. Bucky Brandon got the win, 13 and 13, went an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. John Wyatt pitched to that 1 batter in the top of the 9th. He got his out. And then Lee Stange came in with 1 out. He gave up a double. And then got the next 2 batters. He got his first save of the season. The Red Sox win 4-2 in a very good game here at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox now go 2 games above 500, 79 and 77. Stoudemire went 8 innings. He'll take the loss, 16 and 17. 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Ramos came in, tie ball game, and had some runners in scoring position. I got to go back and look at that. I thought Ramos started off the inning, but I got to go back and look. 1 hit, no runs. It was a sac fly. No, Ramos did come in. Yeah. Runners were on base, pretty sure. All right, so let's go to the batting. Player of the game for the Red Sox, leadoff hitter Lenny Green, 3 for 5, 1 RBI, 2 doubles. Joe Foy, 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Tony Caligiero, 0 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout. Carl Yastrzemski, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Rico Petrocelli extended his hit streak to 10 games, 2 for 4 with a double. George the Boomer Scott, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He had a double. Tillman, the catcher, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a strikeout. Don Demeter, big clutch pinch hit to keep the ball rolling. Off the bench, 1 for 1, and he scored a run. John Wyatt pitched and not hit. Lee Stange pitched and not hit. Mike Andrews, September call-up, 0 for 3. Jose Tartabull walked. Oh, no, he had a sacrifice bunt. That was big. In the top of the 9th. Mike Ryan came in to catch, did not hit. Jim Lomborg, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, the pitcher. Don McMahon pitched, did not hit. Bucky Brandon pitched, did not hit. And Dalton Jones came in, had the sacrifice fly. So he had 1 RBI and no official at-bat. The Red Sox, 35 at-bats, 4 runs, 10 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 walk. They struck out 8 times, had 5 doubles. The New York Yankees in defeat. Mike Hegan, 0 for 4 with a walk. Horace Clark, 2 for 4 with a walk. He was thrown out 2 out of 3 times trying to steal second. Bobby Mercer, 0 for 4. He was thrown out trying to steal second by the weak throwing Tillman. Only a 3 out of 10 arm. Joe Pepitone, 1 for 4. Tresh 1 for 2 with a run scored, 2 walks and a strikeout. Whitaker 1 for 4 with a run scored, an RBI and a strikeout. Bryant, the catcher, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Boyer, the third baseman, 1 for 4. Mel Stoudemire, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Ramos pitched, did not hit. Barker, the pinch hitter, doubled. And that's how that ended there. Yankees 33 at-bats, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 RBI, 4 walks, 4 Ks, 2 doubles. Recap. Yankees did not score in the first after 2 errors. The Red Sox pitched around the jam. Red Sox will get on the board first with 2 runs in the fourth, 2 hits and an error. George Scott doubled, scoring a run. And then Bob Tillman singled, scoring Scott, 2-0 Red Sox. Rico Petrocelli extended his hit streak to 10 in the 6th. Yankees tied the ball game up in the 7th. They sent 8 batters to plate, 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 walks. Whitaker doubled, scoring Tresh. And then Whitaker scored on a wild pitch by McMahon. 2-2 ball game. But in the top of the 9th, the Red Sox struck again. They scored 2 runs, 2 hits and a walk. Dalton Jones hit a sac fly, scoring 1 to take the lead 3-2. Lenny Green doubled, scoring Don Demeter 4-2. Red Sox, how do you do with the victory? 2 games over 500, 79 and 77. Lenny Green, player of the game, 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and an RBI. Bucky Brandon got the win. He pitched an inning and a third. And then Lee Stange, with his first save of the year, scheduled to start tomorrow against the Yankees, will be pushed back 1 day. He gets the save. And Mel Stoudemire, the tough luck loss. So the 1966 Red Sox are now 79 and 77 with 6 games to play. They need to go 3-3 at least, or 3-3. Yeah, they go 500. They're 2 games above. So as long as they go 500, they're going to stay at 2 games above, and we want a winning record. So we're close. We're close. The Yankees fall to 85 and 69. Al, Red Sox fans saying thank you very much for watching. Let's all go, if you're still going to be up, let's go to RNGIDP and watch Craig play from Stratomatic Baseball. Also, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming has his new Gronk video loading up, so check that out after watching Craig on RNGDIP, or at any time, because that's on demand now once it loads up. So thank you to Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, thank you from Craig from RNGDIP, and thank you to Manuel Christian Rivera. Red Sox win. The Red Sox win. Let's say it one more time. The Red Sox win 4-2 in a thriller from the Bronx. Health, happiness, till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. See you over on RNGIDP with Craig. Bye-bye.